This is a YouTube video. 7 footballers who are underrated due to recency bias. Meaning, they are underrated due to factors such as them not being in people's face for a long time, them not recently performing if they are still playing, or perhaps more contemporary players are wrongly considered superior due to them being more fresh in the memory, or maybe they've just become disliked/hated since their playing days and, well, similar time related reasons along those lines. Work the rest out yourself. Good luck! Weapon. Let's roll on. Number 7. CR7, or more specifically, Premier League CR7. Cause straight up, I'm tired of this shit. What shit? Well, this shit.
Because it's just Premier League, right? Has he got 100 Premier League goals?
Yeah. But, anyway, please do carry on.
And I put Mo Salah ahead of Cristiano in the Premier League. Yeah. I'm talking about impact in the Premier League.
What do you mean, impact in the Premier League? Allow it. Oh, and also, what kind of argument is, well, he wasn't in his peak in the Premier League, so what? He still reached a peak very few players have in this country. Like, seriously, did you actually watch him in the Premier League, or are you just going by the numbers? Because again, if you are someone who just goes by the numbers, you're an idiot from 4 dimensions. And no, don't worry, I won't play that clip again. But for those interested, go to 1 minute and 5 seconds on this video, or 2 minutes and 20 seconds on this video if you want more information on why it's stupid to compare Premier League Ronaldo's stats to modern day forwards. Watch it at your convenience. But yeah, basically, Ronaldo still walks into an all-time Premier League 11. He was the best player and the go-to guy for Premier League three-peaters and the first ever English team to make back-to-back Champions League finals. And no exaggeration, by the way, he was basically the key in practically every big victory his side had during those years. And this is where revisionist history plays a huge part. It wasn't just the last 3 years, people. Ronaldo was actually one of the best players in the world in the 05-06 season too, and even came in clutch in United's only major success in the previous 2 campaign. And last of all, if you're someone who could care less about all that and would just simply want to go by the eye test, well, do as you should. That is, shut up and watch. Number 6, Peter Crouch. Yep, just cause he chats rubbish on occasion doesn't mean he was rubbish himself. My passion for football peaked during a time where Peter Crouch was slowly coming into his peak, and the guy very quickly became one of my favourite England players from that time. Like, it's hard to explain to the younger fans who just know him as the podcaster with the hot wife, but honestly, whenever this limited but lethal lumbering lanky late bloomer came on for England in the mid to late 2000s, I always felt we were gonna score. And in matches like when he scored his first goal for England at Anfield versus Uruguay with number 12 on the back and 21 on the front, I think. There was also the hat-trick versus Jamaica where he also found time to miss a penalty via failed Panenka, as well as breaking the dreadlock against Trinidad and Tobago amongst many others. Crouchy proved that not only did he belong amongst the golden generation, but in some instances stood head and shoulders above them all. Make jokes in your own time. And yeah, look, while he wasn't as prolific at club level, which is understandable given his role as a target man and not primary goal getter, Crouchy was really intelligent, almost unbeatable in the air. Well, duh, he basically is the air. Actually had a sick first touch, as well as super underrated ball playing. And add to the fact that he's in the Premier League 100 club and delivered pretty much everywhere he went, I'd honestly put him above the Defoe Vardy category. Real talk. Number 5, Micah Richards. Is he a great personality? Yes. Is he a good pundit? To each their own. Is he annoying when he constantly feels the need to remind people how young he is? Yes, and please stop doing that. Was he even world class? Nope, no he wasn't. But it damn sure wasn't as bad as people make it out to be these days. Like, bro, I distinctly remember watching his England debut against Holland and thinking to myself, this guy actually offers more than Gary Neville. I was young, I was stupid. But see, that's kinda my point. Big Meeks on his day was a problem for anyone. And before his injuries took over, he was a terrifying combination of quick, strong, explosive, good at one-on-ones, and basically a complete athlete. And for a defender who gave some world-class wingers of that time like Gareth Bale and Cristiano Ronaldo some tough games, yes, he actually did that. To be trolled nowadays like his career was nothing but punchlines, yeah, no, definitely underrated. Don't think he knows that though. The concept of being underrated was probably before his time.
It was sort of before my time, though. A couple of these are before my time. It was a little bit before my time. I watched the videos. If you watch the videos, I watched the videos. I watched some videos of him. It's because of the videos I watched.
Give it a rest, mate. You're the same age as this guy. Number 4, Lucas Vazquez. Right, so a little while ago now, I had one of you request me to make a video on the importance of Lucas Vazquez to Real Madrid. A bit random, but okay. And yeah, while this isn't exactly quite that, I'd basically be an idiot to do an underrated due to recency bias video and leave out a man who's basically a walking example of the term unsung hero in football. A man who's been there for almost the entirety of their most successful period in the 21st century. And yeah, look, while he did go pretty unnoticed even back in the 010s, during that time it was pretty understandable given that he was lining up alongside some Real Galacticos. But nowadays, this has just turned into pure disrespect. Look, I get the frustration as fans, and criticizing a player's performance as fans is part and parcel of the sport, but apparently so is retrograde amnesia. Cause bro, some of you have blatantly forgotten what Lucas Vazquez has achieved in his career. I mean, from the beginning, this guy scored the opening penalty in a Champions League final shootout in his very first season with the senior team. To even have the cojones to step up in that situation in your very first season is commendable as it is, but my man slaughtered that shit with zero hesitation on top of that against probably the best keeper in the world at the time. He then went on to hit 50 games in each of the following 2 seasons while Real retained the UCL, being vital in both of those seasons. And this is also something else you ways are forgetting. You know, bench players for Real back then weren't like the usual bench players for any club, right? Zizou in those years put big emphasis on having a B team when he was resting some of his top players during Champions League week, particularly Bale and Ronaldo due to their ankles and knees respectively. And my man, had it not been for players like Lucas Vazquez, I'm sorry, but the three-peat wouldn't exist. Like, I can think of countless games, particularly near the end of seasons, particularly in the season they won the league, where Zizou put out almost an entirely different 11, with Vazquez being one of the key players in the front 3 alongside Asensio and Alvaro Morata. And might I add, their win percentage may have been better than BBC's. Stats, eh? Idiots. Look, bottom line is, this man came through the youth ranks at Real, played at every level, was an integral part of some historic moments, and ended up with not only a more decorated trophy cabinet with Real than CR7, but with basically 2 more European Cups than Lionel Messi. All to just be trolled by you herd of Half-Life nitwits. Have some respect, man. It's long fucking overdue. Number 3, Sol Campbell. He was very good. Just ask him and he'll tell you. And by the way, this just shows the impact of time on one's perspective, because while he was still playing, no lie, I used to think Sol Campbell may have been overrated on some occasion. He wasn't great on the ball, used to get dragged out of position pretty easily at times, and for a giant unit of a man, did love a good moan from time to time. And to be fair, still does. But you see, since time has passed, because he isn't present in the media as much as some of the other players from his generation in his position, I feel that many people have forgotten, if not are too young to remember, that as a package centre-back, Sol Campbell was as every bit as good, if not better than John Terry. I mean, yeah, I'd probably put JT a little higher due to his consistency / longevity, but as far as ability goes, man, it's honestly a toss-up. The Sol man was super strong, as you'd expect, incredibly quick, proper force in the air, had a killer slide tackle. No, not just this one. His timing of these was in general pretty impeccable, and partly due to this, I genuinely can't remember ever seeing a better one-on-one centre-back. Seriously, some of you man need to rethink your all-time Premier League / Arsenal / North London Derby 11s. He may not get into all, but he certainly deserves a shout for most, if not all. In other words, he was better than you probably think he was, but he still probably wasn't as good as he thinks he was. Number 2, Javier Zanetti. I'm shocked myself that I'm including him, because honestly I thought we were all aware of just how amazing Javier Zanetti was, until 1. They began doing the all-time Champions League 11s and he very rarely gets a real mention, and 2. When I made a video on Lionel Messi's greatest teammates 11 and some of you questioned my choice of Zanetti over Dani Alves. I mean, look, if you think Alves should be on there because he was a better teammate for Messi, fair enough, but correct me if I'm wrong, some of you actually think Alves was a better player than Javier Zanetti? What are we doing? Let me assure you, the final choice still wasn't easy. After all, Dani Alves is what? The most successful footballer in history or some mad shit like that? But still, if you're old enough to have seen him play, you'll be well aware that in terms of quality, Leo's former Argentina teammate Javier Zanetti was different quality. Spending the majority of his career at Inter Milan, Javier Zanetti only really tasted prolonged collective success once he was in his 30s. Unlike most players in his era though, this man was far from done even deep into his 30s, captaining treble winners at almost 37 and playing at the highest level until almost 41. And although he was decently quick, positionally brilliant and excellent on the ball, Zanetti's standout trait was undoubtedly his fitness, which, along with his aforementioned longevity, he greatly attributes to his unwavering and, quite frankly, fucking bonkers discipline.
It's pretty clear, my friends. When it comes to the greatest right backs I've ever seen, only Cafu can realistically be considered better. Javier Zanetti was legit like an improved version of Philipp Lahm, and even you idiots should know that that's no mean feat. And number 1, Pele. Or maybe you don't know. Maybe, just maybe, you don't know shit. Cause brother, if I'm to judge your intelligence levels based on how you speak about this legend and king of the beautiful game, I'd say, yeah, most of you probably struggle to remember your own postcodes. Like, no joke, let's play a game. Without cheating or any help, type the first 2 letters of your mother's maiden name. Remember, no cheating. Come on, you can do it. Moron. And that is that. Agree or disagree, beats indifference. So what do you think of this list? Are there any other footballers who are underrated due to recency bias, mostly since 2004, that I've missed out? Let me know in the comments below. And as usual, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Till next time, you keep rolling.